All right, this is our last example, and the one thing that I wanted to show you on this one is that these numbers are hard. They're big, and it doesn't matter what numbers they give you. You can use the process that I've showed you today and conquer any problem. In this case, we're looking to see if there's a GCF, so I would use 8 because that's my smaller one, and 8 doesn't go into 34 or into 35. There's no common factors in 34 and 35, so we're pretty much sunk with using this advanced factoring method. So we're going to do ax squared plus bx plus c, and a is 35, and b is negative 34, and c is positive 8. Okay, then we're going to make our magic X. Now this would probably be easier with a calculator, so if you want to grab a calculator quick, that will certainly speed things up. A times C is 35 times 8, so I'm going to do that here. 35 times 8 is 280, and this is positive, so that tells us a little bit about our factors. Because it's positive, that means that we're going to add our factors together and that our signs are the same. And our bottom B is negative 34, so that means they're both going to be negative when we do this. But we need to write down all of our factors for 280, and this pretty much takes the longest, I think. So 1 times 280, we're going to do 280 divided by 2 is 140. 280 divided by 3 doesn't work. 280 divided by 4 is 70. 280 divided by 5 is 56. 280 divided by 6 doesn't work. 280 divided by 7 is 40. 280 divided by 8 is 35. 280 divided by 9 doesn't work. 280 divided by 10 is 28. And we're going to add these factors to get 34. Are we there yet? Nope. So there's more. We got to keep looking. 280 divided by 11 doesn't work. 280 divided by 12 doesn't work. 280 divided by 13 doesn't work. 280 divided by 14 is 20. There it is. So this took a little bit more effort. We're looking for ones that add. So we're literally adding these numbers up and finding the ones that make 34. When I got to here, I really thought we were going to get it. But to be honest, we weren't there yet. So I just had to keep going. So I'm literally using my calculator to get that value. So this is the pair that adds up to 34. Okay? And because the signs are the same and that has to be negative, we know it's going to be a minus minus. But don't forget that because A is 35, since A equals 35, we need to start the factors with 35x in each parenthesis, just like we did on the other ones. So I picked this one because these numbers were difficult, but I'm showing you that it's easy to be done. Use a calculator. This is 35x, and our signs are the same, both minus. So minus 14 and 35x minus 20. So remember, this is not the final answer. You got to bring it down and work on it. So we're going to bring it down, 35x minus 14 and 35x minus 20. Now, we have to look and see, does 35 and 14 have a common factor? I know that 35 is 7 times 5, and I know 14 is 7 times 2, so they both have a 7 in common. So I'm going to divide both of those by 7, and that's going to give me 5x minus 2. 35 and 20 both have a common factor because this one ends in a 5 and this one ends in a 0, so you can divide both of these by 5. This is going to give me 7x minus 4. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to double check. In the first two, 5x times 7x, that gives me 35x squared. So that's where my a term comes from. And then the last two are negative 2 times negative 4. That gives me positive 8, and that's where the c term comes from. So this looks pretty solid as my final answer. As a recap, I just want to let you know that I've done one example of each type as far as like what the signs are. So this is where you add the factors, the signs are the same, and they're both negative. This one was when you add the factors, the signs are the same, they're both positive. This one, you have to subtract the factors, and because it's negative, you do small minus big. This one, you subtract the factors, and because it's positive, it's big minus small. All of this is on factoring methods of 5.2. But the new stuff is all in green. This is where our A value is bigger than 1, so you have to write that in the front and then divide out your common factors at the end. Please contact me if you have any questions, and good luck on your assignment.